Hello everyone, I'm welcome to the Hunter Association, your source for all things Hunter x Hunter. My name is Kaige.
And my name is Dylan.
And on this week's episode, we'll be talking about Hunter x Hunter 1999, episodes 61 and 62.
Yeah, not through this time. New beginnings.
The age of through is through.
Bars.
Yeah, thanks. Then, of course, we'll be going through our community comments. If you'd like to join on the community and have your comment read, be sure to comment on the YouTube version on the weekly community post. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to help grow our community of Hunter x Hunter fans. Additionally, if you'd like to know when new episodes are live, click the bell to know notifications. If you're an audio listener, make sure to rate, review, and comment on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at TXHXAPod, as well as Bluesky at THAPod for podcast-related updates, and do submit responses to the weekly call-out posts. If you'd like, you can also still email us at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com. As always, we have provided timestamps in the description if you'd like to skip ahead to any of the aforementioned segments. Okay, so news is, kind of big, kind of not. We have him, Togashi tweeted saying that he has completed coloring for the newest volume cover.
Which is pretty exciting in my eyes, because, whoa, how far away is this next volume now, this volume release, which typically would coincide with a new batch of chapters, right? As last time did, anyways.
Yeah.
So, think of it as you will, I guess, is kind of the takeaway here, right? It could be, literally any moment now, but we've been preaching that for months, so, I don't know.
Yeah, it's really, really hard to say, because, the fact that he is working on the cover means there's definitely a volume coming up, which means there are chapters coming up, but this is all stuff we knew already. It's just a matter of when now. We're just kind of waiting for that shoe to drop.
I think it's the biggest question mark in this, though, is that he's, actually completed the coloring for the cover, so, how far in the process is that, really? I guess we don't really know. We're not artists.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to figure out. We were talking before we started recording about how, you'd think coloring would mean it's just done. Because I'm not an artist, but I feel like coloring would be, the last thing you do in this case. But I don't know.
It beats me.
So, yeah, who can say? But regardless, soon? Question mark?
Yeah, soon TM. We don't really know, I guess. This is the best way to put it. But we got a lot of theories going around now of who is actually on the cover. There's been a fellow community member, Kaige, kind of blew up on Twitter actually with what they think might be on the cover, which was they overlaid it with a previous Serenich sketch from Togashi, and lines up pretty well, I would say. So maybe we see Serenich on this volume 39 cover, even though he would not be involved in this section of the story at all, which would be funny.
Yeah, Togashi does that a lot. Goen was on the last one, for crying out loud.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
At least this is within the same arc.
Yeah, he shows up once or twice in those chapters, I think, if I'm remembering correctly.
I don't even remember, to be honest. I don't remember seeing him, but
I feel like it was literally just
a little moment.
I think it was just a panel or two, if I'm remembering correctly. Just something random. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe this year still. We're kind of pushing it. We're running out of weeks. Jump is off the last 2 weeks of the month, so I don't know. We'll see.
January release, if we're lucky, is kind of what I'm leaning towards.
Yeah, that's, I think, best case scenario is January at this point.
Wouldn't be long, though. Wouldn't be long from now, even if that's the case. So, fingers crossed.
Yeah, coming up. All right, that's it. There's a couple minor things, just Nen Survivor illustrations, some merch, nothing crazy.
Yeah, there's been a lot there. I will say there's been a lot of merch coming out for Hunter x Hunter as of late. Just very random little drops of merch, prize stuff basically, right? But it's kind of crazy. I haven't seen such a large batch of Hunter x Hunter merch be dropped in this short of a time frame before.
Yeah, it's all coming back to what we were talking about a few weeks ago, how there's this really bizarre resurgence in Hunter x Hunter marketing happening right now.
Mm-hmm. It's just very odd.
Makes you wonder.
Yeah, there's not a lot to really say on that, but it's just like a weird observation. Just like it's a lot of pushing for that as of late. It leaves you to think.
Yeah. Makes you think. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get our heads in the clouds on this one. We know better as Hunter x Hunter fans.
Absolutely.
But,
yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think that's all we got for the intro segment. So let's go ahead and check out these episodes. You ready?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Okay, everybody, welcome to our discussion on Hunter x Hunter 1999, episodes 61 and 62, the final 2 episodes of the TV broadcast.
End of an era, kind
It
of.
really is the end of an era. It really feels like it, too.
Yeah. Come a long way since we started this 99 journey earlier this year.
Yeah. So, we are starting off with episode 61, Spider Rendezvous, Zoldyck Family, Final Battle.
Pretty fitting.
Yeah, I'd say so. We are also bidding farewell to the opening with this batch, which is very, very sad. I will miss this opening dearly.
Yeah, this opening, I loved it since I first watched it, but oh man, has it grown on me just more and more and more throughout the weeks.
Yeah, it's fantastic, truly.
Yeah. I don't know. It's been on my mind for a while now, and it will continue to be on my mind, I think, going forward.
Yes, 100%. I actually have no idea what openings come next. I don't know the OVA openings. I've never seen them before, so this will be new to me. Anyways, so this episode, we start off exactly where we left off. Actually, kind of a lengthy recap, surprisingly, of like the whole, the final part of their conversation, being Chrollo and Neon.
Yeah.
Him knocking her out, all that, and then we get to see the other end of it with the people watching on, with the one assassin who we all know is about to die.
I like how
I do not know his name.
Yeah, I never remember his name, but I just I don't know. It's so funny.
I'm sure he has one. I do not know it. Mm-hmm. I'm not even convinced he does have one, honestly, but maybe.
In my head, his name is just Indoor Fish Victim.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, we'll get there, but
we will very soon. So yeah, they're looking on. Chrollo's, acting a fool. He's in hysterics over Neon collapsing, telling them everybody to get an ambulance. They don't want to do it, but they end up doing it because he says that this is the daughter of Light Nostrad, so she's a big deal.
Yeah, they're like, so oh shit, wait, it's that guy's daughter. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the assassin dude is looking on, and he notices, or he tells the guy to rewind the footage because he sees that Chrollo did a light speed chop to knock Neon out. He can barely make it out. He says he could have lopped her head off with ease, but he chose not to. Yeah. So that prompts him to begin his, investigation or just, I guess, pursuit of Chrollo.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, he's walking to his early grave.
With a smile on his face, though. He's confident.
Oh, yeah, he's cocky. He's really feeling himself today.
He's my prey, he says. Yeah, totally.
Right. Yep, totally. Then Light pulls up with Kurapika, and there's this really cool first-person shot as Light enters the building, which I thought it looked really good, actually. I was pretty impressed with that.
It didn't last for very long, but it was certainly unique, especially for the time. I feel like I feel like not a lot of anime even now do something like that. Often, anyways. Pretty
rare, yeah. And this is where Light is freaking out, and at first you're like, all right, right on. He cares about his daughter, but if you really think about it, I think he just kind of cares about her as a tool. I don't really think he cares all that much. I think he's just worried about the fallout that would come if something actually happened to her.
My money-making machine. No.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, just And obviously we'll get more on that later. Well, not in this TV series, but we'll get more on Light as a person later on in regards to that. But it's neat to see here because your first like human connection instinct is to be like, oh, the poor guy, he cares about his daughter so much, but nah, not here. No. That ain't what happening.
Which is it's interesting to me because like on the surface, like it certainly looks that way. And like, if you're turning your brain off, yeah, like it's definitely just like father worrying about his daughter. But like, if you have like even an inkling of a thought about the situation, it's like you can see the entire thing differently.
Totally, yeah. Meanwhile, Kurapika is checking out the Hunter website again, where he sees that now photos are out there of Neon, Melody, and Basho. Uh-oh. That's a problem.
Not good.
Didn't get Kurapika yet, though, which is kind of impressive, honestly. But I guess he hasn't been around them a whole lot.
No, he's kind of been doing his own thing, right? So I guess it checks out.
Yeah. He talks to Light a little bit, just trying to get him to chill the hell out, because he's freaking out about this next level style. And Kurapika brings him back to back to reality, and he... Oh my god, my video froze. God damn, every fucking time with this shit.
This is like the third time in a row. That's actually impressive.
Restarted.
But I mean, you got the point across. So like basically, Kurapika's just trying to calm down Light the entire time, saying look, there's not going to be an auction. They're canceling it. Like this place, like we gotta prep for this. Like this place is gonna be a battlefield. Like. Is pretty much what he says verbatim.
Get the hell out, because there's going to be a problem. Okay, it's back. So now we are seeing... Is this the guy we were talking about, the assassin?
Yep.
Yes. No. Yes. Okay, so he has found another one of the assassins tied up in a chair with, I guess, like knives or something all in him. I actually don't really know what those are, but something is sticking out of him. And he approaches and throws his own knife, and Crollo catches it from behind. It looks really cool.
Clean animation on that sequence.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, it's super cool. Are they pens that he put in this guy?
I think
he's like holding a pen.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's kind of crazy, I think. But
that is pretty crazy, yeah.
That's Crollo for you. Yeah, very haunting kind of like background setting, the way they illustrated this. I really dig it. And I think the lighting helps a lot too, and I gotta say I think the lighting in these two episodes were spectacular, personally speaking.
Yes. Yeah, very, very moody atmosphere, really worked super well. So yeah, he's going on this whole monologue like, oh, you're just like me, but not really, bro. You're not Crollo.
No, you're not him. Don't hype yourself up like that.
Yeah, no.
But they're gonna go at it one-on-one.
Oh yeah, their fight begins, and I'm sure it'll be a long one. While that's happening, we cut to other members of the troupe just kind of doing their thing. Nothing super notable to mention here. They're just kind of killing people.
I do want to say the like bone snapping sound effect they use for Finks snapping these guys' necks, or it's like kind of like. It gives me chills a little bit. it's kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, a little bit. It's surprisingly like I hesitate to say realistic, but it definitely like it makes you feel something.
Yeah. I think it's just because like there's so many like other sound effects used in the series that are just like really like wacky sounding that like something even that sounds remotely close to what's actually being portrayed is like bit of a jump scare.
Yeah, that's true. Like the kind of cartoony sound effects they kind of like lull you into a sense of false security, and then hit you with like a real sound effect. Okay, now we're back to the dude, and he has been torn to shreds. Damn.
I do want to say the voice acting by this guy during this scene was actually kind of crazy style.
It was really very good. Super good. Yeah, it's really good in 2011 too, but I actually think it might be better here. He is in hysterics. The dude is losing his mind laughing at this shit.
You would have had me thinking like the voice actor themselves were actually like tied up in a chair getting tortured during this scene. Like,
Yeah.
they were in hysteria. As you know, half of their body was gone, disappeared. He's just kind of watching.
It's so cool. I love how they did that. And yeah, so he's just wondering how the hell he's still alive as he's laughing about that. And Chrollo doesn't answer yet, but he does start to recite the poem that he got from Neon as we start to see, the troop going wild a little bit.
I want to take a moment to say also that indoor fish looks awesome here. I think it's just because of the lighting they used, like surrounding the fish, like in like kind of this like the dark, moody like atmosphere of that 99 has made us grown accustomed to. But it looks fantastic here, I thought.
It really does. It's very, very cool looking. I love the way it moves.
Mm-hmm. Very fluid.
Yeah. So yeah, around the city, troops just causing chaos, shooting people, slicing heads. You know how it goes.
The usual troop stuff. Franklin has like an aura farming moment here in this one scene as well, when like the car explodes and then he just kind of gets up out of it and shoots everyone down.
Super cool. Yeah, so if you remember in 2011, it's animated very similarly actually. This whole moment happens while the Requiem song is playing in the background, but they decided to go a different route and just have like real audio happening and like a little bit of Chrollo saying the poem like throughout it. A different approach. I like it though.
I dig it too.
It's
a very like orchestral kind of like track playing the entire time as well too, which really adds to it. I think like it's a requiem, right? So it's
right. Yeah. So back to Chrollo, he's just explaining how indoor fish works. You know how it goes. If it only works in an enclosed space, and once the space is no longer enclosed, target will die, indoor fish will disappear. I guess they don't necessarily have to die, but like whatever injury, I guess they'll start to feel pain. I guess
yeah,
in that case.
Like whatever happened will actually take effect. I guess.
Right. Yeah.
So as he says that, the windows open, indoor fish disappears, and then his body kind of just explodes in blood.
Yep, he's done for. Rip that guy.
Yeah, gone too soon. Oh, I want to say also, because like right before this happened, also, there was another specific troop member sequence that I really liked, which was Machi hanging all the bodies over the tree, and then kind of just like making them all shoot each other while they were hanging out from the tree. Looked so fucking good. I really liked that sequence a lot.
Yeah, that was great. Machi looks really good.
Yeah. The blue was really growing on me with Machi.
Me too. I really like the blue. And then, Chrollo begins conducting. We actually get the eye catch after that. Which, personally, I would have liked it just to kind of play out. But whatever. Who cares? That's a nitpick.
It is a nitpick for sure. But
yeah.
I agree. But otherwise, oh man, it looks great. Everything about it, I thought.
Oh, yeah. It's really cool how it's animated. We get a lot more of it after the eye catch. We come back and he's still conducting, and while he's conducting, we're getting the proper like their version of the Requiem track, which is, I hate to compare to the future again, but it's not as good as the 2011 version, but it's still a good track.
Yeah, and I mean it's definitely still bolstered by all the animations happening like alongside it as well, which I mean it's just pure chaos, right? It's not really a wrong way, I feel like, to portray whatever is happening here, but
no, not really.
Yeah, it's just pure chaos happening, everything being destroyed. You get a nice little shot of like Chrollo like doing his, orchestrating or whatever, like in like the stars or whatever. Really, really like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really cool that shot of him like with the night sky behind him. You see like shooting stars come down. It's really neat. I like what they did. It's, again, comparing to 2011, but I do think overall I like 2011's version of the Requiem scene more. But I think this is still really, really good. For
Yeah.
what it's worth.
I think 2011 just kind of hits a little bit harder with the punchline of it, so to speak. I don't feel like as much like impact from 99, but
Yeah.
that isn't to say there is no impact, because like I definitely feel like, oh, shit's going down, like I feel the rage and like the spirit of the troop coming out through these scenes still. Still very effective for what it is.
Totally. So, after while all that's going on, we just kind of cut to various characters reacting to the sounds of destruction and the sights of destruction. You see Gon and Killua, who are seeing it as well, trying to get a hold of Kurapika, and now realizing that, okay, we really need Kurapika now. Like, this is we gotta hone in on this.
We can't handle this shit alone.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Kurapika is on the phone with Melody. Melody's reporting on who they saw, which who did they see? I think it was Franklin and somebody else. I don't know.
Franklin and Shizuku, I think.
Franklin and Shizuku. Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who they saw. And Kurapika's like, okay, well, that's definitely the troop. I don't really know how he knows that exactly, but I think it's a safe guess.
I mean, guy with finger guns and a girl with a weird vacuum cleaner.
I mean, safe bet. Safe bet.
Yeah. I think from those descriptions alone, you can tell they're freaks. So.
Yeah. So he orders them not to engage with them, and Basho says, like, I wouldn't have done it even if he ordered me to, which is funny.
That's the most Basho thing he's said so far.
Yeah. And then we get to see Gon and Killua contact Leorio. And we get a very small Zepile mention. He's like, oh yeah, Zepile ran off somewhere.
Yeah, so wow.
Poor Zepile, bro. Holy shit. In the TV
shafted.
run, he literally had one episode, and that's it. That's crazy. I hope he comes back. He still has scenes.
Yeah, he's still kind of important. But we'll see, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, they kind of... I hope we get more, because they kind of blew past all, like, the, Zepile and Leorio bonding, which I really liked.
I mean, yeah, they didn't just blow past it. They just skipped it entirely, I feel like. So,
yeah. Yeah.
All off screen.
Yep. So, Leorio's on his way to meet with the boys. Meanwhile, the ambulance gets to the building to help out Neon, and they do the whole, like... They're very hesitant to even let them in easily. They like point a gun at the doctor. So they're taking this very seriously.
Can you imagine being the doctor in that scenario though? Like you just came here to do your job and you have like a billion guns pointed at you out of nowhere.
Yes, yeah, it's not just one gun, by the way. They got like everybody pointed at that shit.
That's a little bit excessive, don't you think?
I think so, but I guess you can never be too careful. Then, finally, Gon and Killua get a hold of Kurapika. And it's not exactly like a cheerful reunion yet, but no. They're trying to get him to collaborate with them. But every point they try to bring up that they thought would be like a hook, line, and sinker moment, he just completely brushes them off.
He's like I'm not helping you in your suicide mission. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? Like, none of it's working.
Yep. Yeah, nothing helps. He even drops like, you don't want to know where the hideout is? Like, that's like the nuke. Like, holy shit, we got the biggest info of them all. And Crappie's just like, I got my own sources, man.
Sit down, little bro.
Yeah, sit down, little bro.
God.
But then Gon gets on the phone and does the whole, speech about how he saw Nobunaga crying and how angry that made him. And obviously, this affects Kurapika to some degree, but still not enough to mean anything, as Leorio tries to get on the phone next, and he doesn't even get to speak, the poor guy, before Kurapika hangs up.
Poor Leorio.
He got shafted hard. Oh, wow.
Not only did he hang up, also, he turned off his entire phone afterwards, too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's done. So as he's resolving himself to just keep doing this on his own and not involve his friends, there's an explosion. and a guy controlled by Shalnark comes out and starts shooting at people. Which I love how they do Shalnark's ability in this. It's really cool how you get to actually see him, like, you know, playing a game on the phone, basically controlling the people.
Yeah, it's like it's basically like he's playing Galaga on his phone. Like, I like how that's represented. Yeah. That's funny. But instead of like the spaceship, it's just like other people. Looks very cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's very simple. I like how 2011 does it too. Like, in 2011 they just they never show the screen really. They just show him typing a lot. Which I think also makes sense because if you're doing these complex things, I assume you have to type a lot of words. But it's simplified here, which I also like. Both are fine.
Yeah, both are just cool representations in general. It's kind of just, preference thing, right?
Yeah. Meanwhile, we then cut to just some random mafia member. I don't think we've. He does look actually kind of familiar, but I doubt he has a name. But he ponytail mafia member who's just wondering about backup. And as he's asking about that, there's another explosion in the distance, and he's just like, "There's no way this is happening, bro. We got so many people out on the field, and they're all just dead right now. Is that what I'm to believe?"
Nearly 2,000 armed men, just poof, gone.
Holy shit.
I'd be quitting right then and there, man. I don't know about you, but
yeah, I'd be done. Like, what is nothing is worth going through this.
No, like, I feel like you have a better chance of surviving, like, mafia retaliation of you quitting than you were to survive this event.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. So, back in just like the main, I don't know where this is or whatever. It's just where a bunch of mafia members are. Yeah, back in the auction hall. That's right, where a bunch of mafia members are gathered because the auction was about to happen. They're all freaking out, and the Zoldycks come in and calm everybody down
by smashing a hole in the wall. But
yeah. Gets their attention. They're just like, look, there's really no point in doing anything else. Just let us do our job. Stay here. Don't bother trying to fight back. I could kill all of you in like 7 seconds.
I believe
fighting are just as dangerous. Yeah.
Also, make them know, like, all the assassins you hired are all dead. Also,
yep, so, they're all dead.
Like, what can you do right now? Leave it to us.
Just let us handle it. We got it. So they're on the move. They realize they have to use N, which they are not a fan of doing.
Too taxing on the body, Zeno said.
Yeah. And then they're just kind of on the hunt. And when does the N happen? Okay, yeah, so they do the whole, there's a really cool shot. It's directly from the opening where it's Zeno in front, Silva in the back, like cracking a single finger.
Yeah, dude, I love how he does that, by the way, too.
Yeah.
Just, like, using his thumb to crack his finger. Like, what the fuck?
It's so cool, yeah. I love it. The aura looks great. And then they use N. And I assume they find Krollo in doing so.
They do. They find Krollo, and I believe that's where the episode ends off, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. They walk in, find him, and wait, what the hell just happened? Oh my god, again? Whatever. Doesn't matter at this point. Yeah, they walk in and find him, and he turns around, and that's about it. That's where the episode ends.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was episode 61. It's really good. It's not like super content rich. I feel like it's a very minimal amount of chapters adapted here, but they were probably running out of chapters to adapt at this point in time, if I understand correctly.
I can only assume that's why the TV production ended in the first place, right?
Yeah, that is definitely the case. I've read that before.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we end off there, and then the preview starts, and they just straight up say, the next episode, the final episode of Hunter x Hunter, which is kind of like a wild thing. I feel like if this was your first time watching Hunter x Hunter, that's like a wild thing to see in a preview. Like, what do you mean this is the final episode of Hunter x Hunter?
That's what I thought when I was watching that preview. I was like, I was trying to put myself back in time, like being a kid watching this on TV and hearing that. Like, what? What? There's
Yeah.
so many more things that need to happen. What do you mean it's over?
Yeah, like how the hell does this end in one more episode?
Yeah, that is insane. But yeah, overall really good episode. I think Requiem was handled really well. I know comparing it to the future, whatever we talked about 1,000 times, but I think 2011 kind of killed it. Like, I think it was quite a bit better, but this is still good, especially for the time. I think it's really atmospheric and well done. Just not how. And okay, there's also the whole thing. This isn't a detail we talk about a whole lot, but we do have the bias of just having seen 2011 first. Mm-hmm. So when we imagine these scenes animated, we are thinking of that. And I mean, that's just become so. That's one of those things that's just become so iconic in its version of that. It's really hard to accept any other interpretation of it.
Yeah, it's a good way of putting it.
But again, I think it's still good, just imperfect, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be flawless.
No, not at all. And there's also a beauty to be said in like the messiness of an adaptation of a moment like this as well, given how you're just adapting straight chaos essentially, right? Like, how do you portray that specifically? And like like I said earlier, I don't think there's a wrong way to really go about it, even if we prefer like the other adaptations of it, 2011 or manga. I think this is still perfectly serviceable, gets the point across, and is very atmospheric in how it presents itself at the same time. So I mean, yeah, I still really enjoyed it for what it was. The whole Requiem, and just this episode in general too, just really sets the tone and stage for the final parts of York New as a whole.
Yeah, totally. It really does feel like, the beginning of like the final act, which is funny because the whole thing ends in the next episode. But it really feels like the beginning of the end, and that's very effective in doing that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And yeah, just overall soundtrack usage was really good this episode too. Animation looked really good. I can't really recall one scene in this episode that I thought was like off-putting to me in any way. So there's something to say about that as well. And yeah, it got me excited to see the Crollo Zoldix fight this next episode also. So pretty good.
Yeah. The animation, that's another thing I want to talk about. Really solid the whole way through. That's for both of these episodes. Next episode especially. But very good looking episodes. Okay. And that brings us to episode 62, Kurapika, Friends, End of Spiders. Wow, what a title.
Or is it?
Yeah, that's another thing, like watching this on TV, seeing that title, being like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, what happened in one episode? The span of 20 minutes?
Yeah. Holy shit. So this will be an interesting one to recap, because like about 8 minutes of it is like a whole musical at the end. Not a musical, but
musical.
So this is a lot shorter than we're used to, and it's also a fight for 5 minutes of it.
Yeah, so this might be a pretty shorter podcast episode in general, to be honest. But we'll see.
It actually might be. Yeah, I'm realizing we're only 30 minutes in, and we're covering 2 episodes, and this one has like nothing in it. It's all good though. I like this episode a lot.
We have stuff to talk about still.
Yes. Okay, so I want to do the same thing I did with the Uvo fight for this one. Let's just talk about the fight rather than going through it point by point. If you're cool with that.
Yeah, totally fine with that.
Okay, so the Zoldix versus Crollo. I think this might be better than 2011.
Funny you say that, because I kind of had the same thought also. I think this was really well done.
Yeah. It's really cool all around. I think they nailed literally every aspect about it. The sound effects, I know, whatever. It's 99 sound effects. I'm used to it by now.
Well, but even even considering the sound effects, like from the very beginning, they really like switched up the sound effects throughout the fight that they were using too. So it wasn't like a one modern One Piece effect, for example, where like it's just like the same like cartoonish sound effect happening over and over, right? Like you feel like there was a different sound effect used when like Silva landed the punch on Crollo, for example, right?
Yes.
Or like when Zeno shot like the his dragon aura thing, right? Too, right? Like. They really switched it up and varied it, which I really did appreciate for something like this.
The only moment that was a little rough was when Crollo came at them with the knife, and they just played the same like swooshing sound effect like 10 times in a row.
Yeah, but
that's
that
the only
like,
part.
Yeah, and it was for like 5 seconds total too, so like it wasn't really a big deal to me, anyways.
Yeah, but yes, on the whole, I truly think this was better than 2011. It oozes aura, like literally they're glowing the whole time, and it feels so right. Like this, I don't know how to explain it in words. Just the vibe is right.
So there's 2 things that stuck out to me in regards to liking this adaptation more than 2011, and not to say 2011 did it bad by any means, right?
No,
but there's
no,
two major things that elevate it for me here. One is just the lighting usage. I feel like the fight. I've always felt this way. I feel like that fight, for how cool and like atmospheric it should have been in 2011, was way too bright in that room. It felt like it was happening in broad daylight, which like just always felt wrong to me, right? With how like well lit that room was originally. So that's one thing. I much prefer the lighting and tone of this fight overall, presentation wise here. And then 2, I feel like the pacing overall of the fight was much better. Was better done here in '99, which is actually crazy to say out loud, considering the pacing issues '99 usually has in comparison to 2011. But in part, some parts of the fight in 2011 were like broken up by like other events happening. It didn't feel like as fluid as maybe it could have been, or how I kind of envisioned that fight always looking to me. But here, I think it was just very well paced and very well done. Through and through, like from beginning to end of the fight.
Yeah, it really sells that aspect of this fight that you are witnessing like Nen masters fighting each other. Like these are like the top of the top dogs, battling each other, because it's a quick exchange. Like really, this is a short fight, and that's because it has to be, because these guys are so smart. Like it has to end fast. They know they have to take Crollo out before he can do anything. And Crollo knows, okay, these guys are a problem. I got to take this seriously. Sort of.
Kind of. He still kind of plays around a little bit, but
yeah. It's so good. I love the intensity of it. Like you really, the moment that stands out to me the most is when, Zeno, it's in 2011 too, and it's also really good, but I just like it more here when Zeno tells Silva, just take me out if you have to. I'm gonna lunge at him, pin him down, just kill me too. Fuck it. Like, let's just do it. And Zeno's just like, Silva's just like, all right, got it. No hesitation, no emotion on his face whatsoever. He's just like, yep, all right. And then the whole, like that entire exchange after that happening is perfect. It's intense. Like Zeno is screaming, just like, do it now. And then the whole building shakes. Mm-hmm. It's awesome. I loved it so much.
Yeah, it just oozed aura. It is the easiest way to put it. I don't know. Maybe, and honestly, I think a large part of that is to 99's credit as a whole for their usage of it. It's just kind of like the portrayal of like their aura and their nen in this kind of like darkish lighting happening, throughout the fight as well. And then the presentation just added so much to this fight that I feel like 2011 just kind of lacked, which is what I really appreciate about this the most.
Yep. Yeah. This is one of a few times where I really can definitively say, just through and through, I think this was better. And that continues into post-fight, where we get, everybody reacting to the big rumbling that just happened, and all the auctionees are waiting in the auction room as a message from the 10 Dons is played, where he says, yep, we're in the clear. Got the leader. We're good. Carry on, fellas.
Auction is on, fellas.
Let's go. But we then see inside the 10 Dons room where that guy wasn't real. He was actually dead and being controlled by Ilumi.
That bastard.
That bastard. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention is right at the end of the fight, you hear the phone ring too.
I noticed that as well. That was sick.
I love that. That was very, very cool. Oh, I loved it. But yeah, we see that he's calling Silva and Zeno, and then we see them emerge from a cloud of dust. Silva answers the phone, and let me just ask, "Where's my client? He's still alive? You didn't kill him, right?" They're like, "Oh, he's here." So they obviously stop the fight here. Well, okay, hold on. Before I get to that, I want to mention Maha, baby.
Maha,
He's here.
let's go.
They show Maha Zoldyck, who might be Zig. I don't know, but he's there. Yeah. He did what 2011 didn't.
It boggles my mind still that 2011 just never put him there. Like, why not?
Why not? I never got that. Like, seeing it here in 99 especially just really makes me wonder, like, why not? That's all you had to do. Just put him standing there, man. That's all he does. I don't know. Why cut him? It's so weird. What's the point? Dude, he's dripped out. He's got aura.
Yeah, no, I like his fit a lot. I don't know.
He's really Killua like Killua-esque. Yeah.
I think we know where Killua got his inspiration from. Outfit was.
I want to know more about him so bad. I genuinely like his design from what little we've seen of him.
Me too. Yeah, what's Maha up to? Just give us something, Togashi, please.
Please. Anyways, though, back with the Zoldicks and Crollo, they're just like, all right, well, that's it. Nice fight.
Our clients are dead, so we're not needed here.
Yep. No, they're not getting paid anymore, so that's that. And before they leave, Crollo asks Zeno in a one-on-one, who do you think would win? And Zeno says, me, of course. But if you're actually taking it seriously, that's another story. So,
sorry,
interesting.
Yeah, it's. I always love how like this fight becomes very apparent after the fact that like Crollo was really just messing around that entire time, just seeing if he could even steal those abilities, by chance.
Yeah, because he had the whole plan in motion. He knew that the 10 Dons were gonna die before this fight was over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have always been such a huge fan. Like, Togashi is seriously the master of like an anticlimactic ending. Like, this should be shit. Like, in any other thing, I'd probably be like throwing my phone at the screen and throwing a fit that this fight was cut so short. But it's perfect. I would have it no other way. I love how this fight ends. It's just so real. Like, I mean, these are just people hired to kill this guy. They don't really have stakes.
And that's the thing. Like, it's not like it's just anticlimactic for the sake of just like psyching out the reader or watcher, right? Like, these are the ending of this fight is very in character and fitting for everybody involved. The way it happens.
It's so good. It's seriously just one of my favorite. Oh my god, I cannot speak. One of my favorite moments in the whole series. I love how every bit of this plays out.
Yeah,
it's
very
so
done.
cool.
Well done. Yeah,
and I love Crollo's voice actor a lot. He's grown on me a lot these past couple episodes. I love the moment where he lays back on his back and he's just like, "Oh, that was tough." He just sounds so like a protagonist, like an anime protagonist.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
He just has that kind of like I don't even know how to describe it. Just like that,
he has whimsy in his voice.
Yes, he has that like whimsy and like cockiness in his voice, where like you sympathize with him a lot more when you probably shouldn't be. But like,
good actor.
That's his charisma, right? Crollo is a very charismatic individual, and I can definitely tell the voice actor really tried to like channel that in their interpretation of his voice.
Yeah, huge fan. Obviously, 2011's fantastic too, but I do really like this guy. He did a great job.
Absolutely.
That's all on that for now. For this whole TV run, actually.
Well,
as we cut to Kurapika and Light just watching as Neon gets taken in the ambulance. And then nothing really happens there. And then we cut to Crollo, who Just saying everything went according to plan as he unravels the bandage on his head. And he looks so sick, man. God, he's so cool. What an amazing character design. Holy shit, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Togashi just cooked. Like, there's nothing else to say. That character design is amazing.
It's so good. Then back to the auction, we see that this is now being entirely run by the Phantom Troop, which I love. It's so funny. Like, it's just everything went exactly how they wanted it to. I guess that. Okay, first there's the moment where the one guy that we saw before wants a light for his cigarette, and then Hisoka's there, and then Machi kills him, which is a really good moment too.
Yeah, I like the little like flicking the string to finish him off. Like,
yes. Okay. I'm glad you brought that up. I almost forgot. Yeah. So she has the string like hung up, and then she flicks it like a guitar string, and that like snaps his neck or something. It's really cool. I love that.
All while the only lighting, which was very well done here, it was just like from the lighter that Hisoka lit, and then he just turns it off as his neck is snapped, and that's that.
Yeah.
So good.
Yep. So cool. So then we see their whole, how they're faking this auction process. We got Shalnart controlling the auctioneer, and then
we see his little screen again too, just like doing the controlling of the body. Really cool.
It's funny in this case because all he seems to be doing is just moving his arm up and down, but I know he's doing more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we see Cortopi in the back making copies of all the items. So they're getting away with all the real stuff, and they're just selling off copies. Genius.
Yeah, very, very clean system they have going on here.
Yep. And now back to Zenji. this bastard.
Yeah, this bastard indeed. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah. He comes up to Kurapika. Did they get the news? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, sorry, I skipped the part that's kind of important. Kurapika got the news that Crollo is dead.
Yeah.
To start
Peter's
with.
dead.
And then, we'll start confirming the rest later. But, right now, it has been announced to everybody that Crollo died. Zenji comes up, and he's just like, you weren't even needed. You suck, LOL.
Rage baiting him the entire time.
He literally just walks up and starts rage baiting. And Kurapika does the best thing he's ever done and punches him square in the face and sends him flying.
It's so funny how it looks as he just kind of like moves his hand back, and then he just goes flying into the wall behind him. Like
it's like a backhand and he goes flying. It's so cool. Not a word spoken.
Nope. Just punched and walked off. Broke his nose.
And so upon now that Kurapika knows that, he goes and verifies the body, and look at that. Crollo's dead, guys. Shit.
I love the shot they do of Kurapika here, where it's like, he has the contacts on to hide his scarlet eyes, right? But like you can see the scarlet just kind of like piercing through the contacts there while it's on him.
Yeah, like the glow is so intense that it's coming through the contacts. It's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Elsewhere, Mafia members are confirming bodies of other members. I'm not gonna name all of them. It's like Franklin, Shalnark, Shizuku,
everybody.
Whatever, a bunch of them. I don't think it's actually all of them, but most. So Kurapika is starting to feel a little empty.
Yeah, maybe a little indescribable even.
Yeah, right? Indescribably something. And he walks into the auction hall, and of course, at his lowest, he immediately sees that the scarlet eyes are now up for auction. Poetic irony.
Yep.
And he immediately calls Light, and he's just like, all right, I mean, how much? Like, you got a limit? I'll bid on him. And he says, no limit, which will bite him in the ass, crazy style, in a couple seconds. So he gets into an auction war or a bidding war with all these people. They're up to like 500 million, and you're already thinking like, oh fuck, that's crazy. And then Zenji pulls in with $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Holy.
Or Jenny, I
And
guess
then,
is what it is.
oh yeah, Jenny. And then we end up seeing that it ended with 2.9 billion, but they did win.
That
Or
bastard.
fake. Dude, Zenji's such a shit.
All because he broke his nose. I'm gonna bid his scarlet eyes all the way up.
Yeah.
God.
So yeah, Light is not the happiest about that, but he's like, well, yeah, I mean, buying my daughter's happiness in the long run, this will be great.
Yeah, I can earn that back in a little bit, anyways, with my daughter. Yeah.
Yep.
Sure, you will.
There's that mindset coming through. Just money making machine. That's all she is.
Yeah, we'll see how
And
that
then-
turns out for him.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we will see. So now, here we go. This is the scene that I have seen before. One of the only scenes I've ever seen before from this series. Kurapika, he's in the bathroom. He's taking the contacts out. Just lets the water rinse over his head in the sink.
Yeah.
And walks out in the night streets of York New City as Zenji pulls up with a gun.
Yeah,
You really
like,
think you're gonna get away with that, man? And yeah, Kurapika, what does he say? I want to get the exact line. No, he just says move. That's all he says. He says move.
you'd better not. Don't mess with me.
And then yes, he starts walking, and you start to slowly see his eyes as it pans up, and he looks fucking messed up, bro.
Dude, the shadowing they do on his face is actually like insane. Cause like you can interpret that in like a million different ways what that's supposed to reflect. Like it almost looks like it's like blood dripping down his face almost, like the way they like shade like part of his face in the shadows, right? You can interpret it as like crying even, like from like a bit of a glance as that's happening, but like just the intensity of his eyes as he's walking like towards Zenji with his current mindset. Oh my god. Like, yeah, don't mess with him.
Amazing.
I got chills.
Yeah, it's phenomenal, and the fear in Zenji is incredible. Like, holy shit, man! That it seems like he's about to have a heart attack.
Yeah, I've never seen so many frames be used for like a guy's head like shaking in fear. Like he looks like he's gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah. So again, that's another one of those things I can very confidently say that was better than 2011.
Absolutely,
For sure.
no question at all. That was intense.
Lighting and atmosphere off the charts. That was just so well done. The only thing it's missing, and that's this whole adaptation in general, is the narrator. We don't get Kurapika's drowning in a whatever indescribable emptiness. Don't get it. Not there at all. Not present. Sucks. But
at the same time, I can forgive it because it almost doesn't need to be said with how this is portrayed. Like you kind of, it tells you everything in its action here, and for that I can appreciate it.
Yeah, it's different. It's a different approach, but like exactly as you said, it's instead of narrating it to us, we're just seeing it. And I would still prefer narration on top of that personally, but I think this is damn near flawless. It's just a different thing.
Yeah. Even the aftermath, just like Zenji just holding the gun to nothing still, like with like the lens flare effect happening as he's walking
stuck
by.
in that moment. Yeah. Cannot move.
My gosh.
So good.
Yeah, perfect. God.
Yep. And the moodiness continues. He's just kind of sulking. We do get to see Gon and Killua for a second, but they're just looking for Kurapika and Hisoka.
Well, they're not looking for Hisoka, but Hisoka's nearby.
No, I meant like he's there too.
Yeah, he hears them. He's like, "Oh, that's Gon. That's my boy."
Yeah. We see Kurapika just kind of walking. He gives the eyes to Melody and Basho and just starts walking.
Oh man.
No place in mind to go, I'm sure. He's just kind of walking.
Yeah, he lost his goal, you know?
Yep. It's all over. So he's on top of like a building, and he's just kind of thinking back to the conversation he had with Goen on the phone recently, thinking about what they said to him. And he looks at his phone. I guess he doesn't call them, but he sees the text from Goen saying that we'll be waiting at the park.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward the next day where they're supposed to meet, and Kurapika shows up.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that? Here we are. The big meeting. The boys are there. We don't get to see Leorio yet, but don't worry. They'll be here.
Mm-hmm.
And Goen immediately runs up and it just says, "Isn't it great? Now that the spider's dead, you can focus on what you've always dreamed of doing. Getting back your eyes. The eyes of your brothers."
Aww.
And
also, before that, Goen like dumped ice cream on Killua's head. So
yes,
context
important.
There.
Yes. So then Killua runs up and gets his revenge and does the same. And he has the cat face the whole time.
I love how they animated.
Also
he, like,
a tail.
He like transmorphed into a cat the way they animated it. It's like, you'd think it's one of his abilities the way they did that.
Yeah. He has his own type fruit.
Yeah. Cat model. And he like stays that way as they kind of like tussle over ice cream.
Mm-hmm. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Then Kurapika starts to get the hint of a smile, and then his phone rings. And Leorio literally just says, "Guess who?" I love that. Aura, bro. He's risen Kurapika up.
Forbidden lovers right here.
Yeah. And he walks up still on the phone. Hangs up, obviously. And then the boys also get him with ice cream as he's trying to aura farm.
What a waste of ice cream they're doing right now.
Yeah, for real, man. They wasted like 4 cups of ice cream on this shit. But then, seeing all this, Kurapika finally laughs and smiles. And, so beautiful. I got a little emotional.
No, me too. It was really well done here. And I think it's just because, like, it was so, like, whimsical the way they animated everything leading up to this. Like, you can't help but crack a smile when your friends are kind of just acting buffoons like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of the vibe I got. And then we cut right into the opening musical part, too, which I loved. Oh, my God.
So, yeah, I got chills hearing that start to come on. It's so cool. I love the full song version, like that little, the beginning little guitar bit. It's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's it. We get a whole montage with the full opening, the full 5-minute opening playing with memories of everything we've seen so far playing in the background. Primarily Hunter exams. There's like only a handful of scenes of other arcs, but
yeah,
it's to highlight the main 4.
Half the series was the Hunter exams, though, to be fair.
Yeah, very true.
It's hard to forget that 30 plus episodes we were stuck there.
Yeah. But really cool. I love that they did this as a send off. It worked really well. It definitely helps because that the Kurapika smiling gets you emotional, and then it just shows you like, oh look, this is everything we saw to get this far. It works.
While playing a very emotional track, also like the emotional sounding track, or either like it's a vibe. It's a complete vibe.
Mm-hmm. And then after the montage, we get a little like Marvel post-credit scene.
Actually.
We got Hisoka in the hideout with a really interesting outfit, by the way. I don't recall ever seeing this one before, but it's cool. And he's starting to send the text to Kurapika saying the bodies were fake.
And then he does send it. And then it ends there.
Yep. Then it ends.
I'd be pissed seeing that on the TV run and then knowing that was like the end of the TV production.
Man. Yeah, like what the hell? What do you mean we're ending there? And like, yeah, not being able to get news, like I'd be so like, because there's no, I guess the internet did exist actually, but
in a much more
I
like
really doubt
way though.
Yeah, people weren't really speculating like, oh man, I wonder if they're gonna do OVAs to finish this up. Like, it's not, people weren't talking like that back in the day.
No.
They were probably just hopeless. But yeah, very, very good episode. I loved it. This was one of my favorites in the series. You know, not a lot of content adapted, but everything they did adapt was phenomenal. Like, out of the park. Everything in this I liked more than 2011. Straight up.
One of the best episodes of the series. I'll say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
if not the best.
If not the best, it's up there at the very least in discussion. This was a fantastic adaptation of the sum of its parts here.
Yep.
And we were kind of predicting last batch as well, like where they would end off, considering this was the end of the TV production. And both me and you were predicting like the Indescribable Emptiness. Would be.
We were a little off.
But we were a little off, but I actually really liked where they ended it for, if they had to end it here because of, like catching up to the manga or whatever, right? Like, I think ending it with the smile is like as good of a send-off as you can give to that production.
Yeah, it just makes sense. It kind of works. Like, obviously, that's not the end, but it does work in the same way that 2011's ending works as an ending. It feels conclusive. Like, okay, the gang's back together, Kurapika is starting to get out of his funk, or like if you just view it as what it is, you can just view it as like, okay, he's out of his funk, he's chill.
Yeah,
we know better, but I mean, it can be viewed that way.
Well, like and even with like the Marvel credits scene, right? Like the bodies were fake, right? Like, you know that like it gives you that little bit of hope, like, hey, we can continue this if we're able to, right? But like it gives you like, I don't know, it's a conclusive ending while giving you the knowledge that like there is like there would be more to come, right? And like that's about, given the circumstances of the production specifically, that's about all you could ask for out of ending this, I think. So it definitely did everything it could have done.
Yeah, seriously, no notes at all. I think that was a perfect episode all around. They nailed it.
I'm very happy we ended this chapter of the 99 adaptation with that. It was perfect, like you said.
Yep. Really cool place to end it. It's weird to end in the middle of an arc, but I think it worked as well as it could have. So kudos to that. Much better than the proposed idea of an original ending, which maybe we'll talk about soon.
Yeah, maybe. Stick to the end of the episode.
All right. That's about it. I feel like I didn't have much to say, but I just loved these. I really just love these episodes. I think they were both really great. I have minor nitpicks, more specifically about 61, but even those, whatever, who cares?
Yeah, like everything else is so damn good that like why even be hung up on that? This was fantastic stuff all around.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I think we're ready to see what you guys had to say.
Yeah, we got quite a few comments this week, so let's go ahead and dive into it. Okay, now it's time to see what you guys have to say about Hunter x Hunter 1999 episodes 61 and 62. End of an era for the TV run of this production.
Yes.
Usual reminder, if you want to get in on the fun discussing game and give a topic week to week, make sure you keep an eye out for the YouTube community posts, as well as the call-out posts on Twitter and Bluesky. And, of course, you could always email us your thoughts at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com. So, we have a few different comments this week to go through. First up is from Rage's Legend. I think this... Yeah, that's surely how you say that. Yeah. This will be my first time writing for a community post, so I would like to start by saying thanks for the podcast. Been listening weekly for over a year, ever since the last chapter batch, and it's always nice to get an episode every Sunday from you guys. I always start doing house cleaning when they drop, so grateful for the added motivation, lol. I'm not much of a not a problem at all. I'm not much of a commenter, but I thought I should give it a try for the finale. This is my first time watching the 1999 version, and doing it alongside you has been a blast. Hard to believe that it has been 10 months now. That's kind of crazy.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
10-month journey here. And we're still not done. We got OVAs.
Yeah, we're not even close.
But no, I just want to say thank you so much for writing in. It means a lot to get comments like this, knowing that there's a bunch of you still supporting us and listening on, even if you're not actively involving yourself, which is totally fine. Also,
everybody. It's now we don't need everybody to comment, but yeah, it is cool to get a reminder every once in a while that view number is real. Like there are people watching beyond the people that comment, so it's nice to know. So thank you for telling us.
Yeah, thank you so much for the support since the chapter batches. Even we hope that you're still around for this next one too. It'll be a good time.
Oh yeah.
Continuing on with the comment though, my general opinion about 1999 is that they absolutely nailed the aesthetic. I really get why those Twitter bot accounts use this adaptation for like farming. From a pure visual standpoint, I think the textures, depth, and creative shot compositions make for a great look compared to 2011, which looks a little flat and uninspired in comparison early on especially. That said, when it comes to the general direction of the scenes, pacing, and sound design, the 2011 version takes the cake. I do think 2011 is better at telling the story and creating engaging scenes with all of its components combined, but if you were to have screenshots side by side from both adaptations, then I would almost always give it to 1999. Still, to 99's credit, it does feature some incredible episodes and many amazing scenes, especially when they let us breathe in what is going on. Episodes 1 and 45 being great examples of that. And yeah, I think I agree for the most part too. I think like, especially in like the screenshots department, man, like 99 I think is always the most like eye-catching to me whenever I see those across my feed, right?
Totally.
And that just speaks to like, the overall presentation and aesthetic that 99 gives in comparison to 2011. I mean, I agree with you for the most part.
Me as well. They continue. Now for the 2 episodes themselves. The Requiem was the scene I was the most interested in seeing how they would handle, and I think they did a great job adapting it. The 2011 version is more grandiose, the 2011 version's more grandiose approach with the more chaotic chorus music is amazing and is hard to be compared to. But I found the 99 version more calm and mournful feeling with the music. Yes. That's something I wanted to mention, but it just kind of slipped my mind. There's a total like vibe difference. It's just 2 different takes on it. It's pretty much exactly what you said is what my thought was. It's feels more like a funeral march in 99, which is equally cool. It's just very different and not what I'm used to.
Yeah.
But, if I was somebody who saw 99 first, 2011 would come out and I'd be like, what the hell is this? So it's just a matter of perspective, whatever you see first.
Perspective is the key word here for sure.
Mm-hmm. While different, working great as well. Cutting between the 2 different scenes of the conductor, Mr. Lucifer, and the orchestra, the troupe, but keeping the more mournful perspective of Crollo was a great choice. It makes the juxtaposition between Crollo calmly standing on top of the world with the beautiful dark starry night sky and the carnage committed by the troupe and the fiery city of explosions even more effective. The direction of Crollo's fluid hand movement is in sync with the clips of destruction was also very nice. Yeah, really cool. There was much more of an effort in 99 to actually make it feel like he was conducting it. Like he's conducting the troupe in their destruction, which is really neat. The few new filler scenes 99 added later in this episode are great to sell the scope of the attack. Seeing Melody and Basho try to sneak past the troupe and seeing the destruction from afar from Gon, Keela, and Leorio's point of views are great ways to show the impact of this performance and how it can be felt throughout the whole city, instead of only a small part of it.
I agree.
True.
Yeah. It's easy to get sucked into the fact that, like, all this is happening in a very close vicinity to the auction hall specifically. I feel like it's easy to get trapped into feeling that way, right? But those little moments do add to the fact that, the entire city's being impacted by this event for sure.
Yeah. It's like, if something was going down in Times Square at New York, you're not just going to see it in Times Square. You're going to see it all around. It's just cool to get, the actual, seeing people from afar, seeing that it's happening. It's really neat. After a cool showcase of Zeno's N on top of the building, yes, I feel like we didn't talk about that enough. It was so cool. I love how they depicted N there. Mm-hmm. We end the episode with a tease of the Crollo versus Zoldix fight. I love I love the look of the setting of this battle. I always found the 2011 version, while great in other aspects, had a very bland and kind of ugly setting with its extremely bright yellow scenery. Yeah. The darker black and purple hall here just fits the personas of Crollo and the Zoldix more and creates for much moodier set pieces. Animation wise, I also have to say this is my favorite fight in this version so far. Oh yeah,
Basically everything we were talking about earlier with that fight, especially the point that I brought up in that. Yeah, I also found the 2011 version to be very bright, and it was kind of off-putting in a way because I feel like that fight, for what it was, shouldn't have been that well lit of a room. But
yes,
yeah. So just all around, the presentation of this fight was so much cleaner, I thought.
for sure. The rest of this episode looks amazing as well. The standout being everything after Kurapika gets the Scarlet Eyes from the auction. Him removing his contacts, walking through the city, meeting Melody plus Basho, and sitting on top of the roof in his own silent, indescribable emptiness. And then the next day, walking to the park in the morning sun. Features some of my favorite sequences in this entire anime. Really giving it time to breathe and be felt before the meeting with the boys and their lighthearted shenanigans breaks the tension. Yes. That's what I love about it. It's a shame the anime team caught up to the manga and had to end it in the middle of this arc, but I think this was probably the best place to end it given the circumstances. You get a great showcase fight, get an end to this mini arc with the Night of the Requiem, and get a mix of sadness for Kurapika and hope for the future, given to him by his friends. Ending it with Kurapika smiling and the full version of the opening alongside scenes from the whole show made me a little emotional, not gonna lie. Me too.
Yeah, 10-month journey just to see like a little ending like that. Like, damn, like that was a large part of this channel for the most part, right? So like,
yeah,
it was just it got me a little emotional too. Yeah.
The final scene of Hisoka sending the text was the cherry on top and made for a great tease for the continuation, while still not talking or taking away from the closure in the scenes prior. Overall, I'm really glad they stuck with this rather than the scrapped ending for the TV run. It's a lot. Anyway, looking forward to the OVAs. Me as well. I have no idea what to expect from them.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about the OVAs in terms of like their quality. Aside from the fact that there was a couple things where I saw like there is some questionable stuff in some of the OVAs in terms of animation, but
yeah,
I don't know by what degree. So I'm really curious as to what those hold for us when we get to those.
Yeah. But thank you very much for the comment. Again, love hearing from people like you. It's just really cool, and it makes it's well, I already described what it's like. It's cool to know.
Yeah,
I like knowing that you exist.
Yeah, for sure. Any support is fantastic support as per usual. But yeah, thank you, appreciate it. Next comment we have from Lo saying, Zeno really saved all of Crollo's aura with that whole actually trying to kill me. Like, I know we really like Crollo and all, but we need to be honest with ourselves. That boy was getting the shit kicked out of him before Ilumi called his dad. Yeah, yes and no. I mean, he was kind of like willingly getting his shit kicked in, is the thing.
Yeah, I don't know if I completely agree with that. He was trying to fulfill the conditions, is what he was doing.
Yeah,
I don't really think he was getting his shit rocked.
No, yeah, and I mean, as big of an Owl fan as we are, like, let's be real here. The first ability he pulled out was the fun cloth. I think if he was taking the fight a little more seriously, then we would have seen some wild shit, right? But,
yeah.
I think from that alone, like, you can interpret, this is just a game to Crollo. So he's playing like, he's basically letting himself get hit in a lot of these situations, it felt like.
Yeah, it literally was just a game. Like, he knew he was going to be fine. There was no fear for his life here at all, because he knew that the Dons were going to get killed. So, I mean, it's just a game. He was trying to get those abilities.
Exactly, yeah. That being said, I mean, for what it was, he was getting the shit kicked out of him, so, you know.
Yeah.
This isn't really about the episode, but since Maha appears for about 0.2 seconds, I would like to ask the two of you what you guys think of the whole Maha equals Ziggy discussion. Personally, I think Maha was just a name the Shueisha editors put in the data book, and Togashi decided to change it afterwards like many other things in that book.
I'm inclined to agree, because just as you said, there's a lot of other stuff that have been retconned from that data book since, and I don't see why this can't be one of them. Like, if he's not Zig, then I don't know, like, whatever ultimately, but it's also just like, why even well, I don't know. I mean, because both can exist. It is fine.
It's one of
but
those
it
things
is
where
weird.
like Tagashi can just go in literally any direction he wants to with this, and it can make sense in some way, shape, or form. So
Yeah.
like, I don't think it's really like a big concern on either us or Tagashi for that matter.
No.
But it is fun to think about. But yeah, I would like to assume at this point that it was probably just like a retcon kind of thing.
Yeah, I will continue to call him Maha, but I do feel like he probably is Zig.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up is insert name. Here he is, everybody, coming in early.
Yeah.
Now that you are done with the TV run of 99, I'd really like to hear your general retrospective on the execution. In particular, how do you feel about the story as a whole, its visual identity, its pacing and story, and the ability to capture the spirit of Hunter x Hunter? That last one is the big point. Yeah. Wishy-washy is how I would best describe all of it.
High highs and low lows is kind of my thing with it.
Yeah. It definitely has a strong sense of identity, but I don't know if it really lines up with Hunter x Hunter. Like Hunter x Hunter's Togashi's vision of Hunter x Hunter's identity all the time. Sometimes, yeah, but not all the time. I also don't think 2011 fully matches it either. It gets closer, but Hunter x Hunter is it's Togashi, man. It's got his DNA all over it. It is such a unique thing that it would be really hard to do a 1-to-1 adaptation of it. It's almost impossible. And 99 definitely takes a lot more liberties than 2011, obviously, as we've seen.
Some for better,
and that's
some
for better or for worse.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So, like, overall, on the whole, I think it's really good. But, man, the lows are low. And, I mean, that's just something you kind of got to deal with. It is what it is. No fixing it, no changing it.
Yeah, I mean, if 99 is anything, it's very, like, bold in the direction it goes for its interpretation of Hunter x Hunter, I think. And like we said, it's sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. But I do commend it for the liberties that it at least tried to do with, like, you know, some aspects of its storytelling or presentation. And for that, I can really appreciate its existence in general. And I think it's still a very, like, solid way to experience these early parts of Hunter x Hunter's story, especially. I hesitate to say it's the best adaptation, of course. I think we can all agree that 2011 is through and through the most consistent version of it, you know, not manga related, right?
Right.
But, I mean, it has a striking visual identity still, 99 does, and, I mean, some of the additions and changes that they made, I do still really like, even putting it side by side with 2011 or, you know, the original adaptation of the manga. So there is a place for this, you know, this run's existence, and I can always find appreciation in that. It's still a very good time, but you know, like with most things, it's like you kind of just have to. There's pros and cons with everything, right? It's kind of what I'm
exactly. Yeah, this isn't the type of thing that, you know, 2011 made this obsolete. I think this still stands on its own 2 feet and is certainly worth watching, regardless of 2011's existence.
Yeah.
Continues and says, I can't forgive 99 for its seeming disregard for Nen. Well, that's another thing, yeah. That's a big deal.
Wow,
they are really weird about Nen in this version, but that's, on the whole, again, it just doesn't quite line up with Hunter x Hunter's intended
They
vibe.
do rectify some of that with, like, the later parts of York New, but yeah, I mean, it's a little too late at that point.
It's just so weird. They should have been building up the importance much earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really curious to see Greed Island, because obviously Nen is that is what Greed Island is.
Yeah,
so
even more importance there. So
yeah.
we'll see.
Heaven's Arena was not treated well, and even when abilities are used in the later arc, there's a clear lack of passion for the building blocks of the power system, instead choosing to showcase the powers in action rather than focusing on them in a way that anchors them in a greater whole. Yeah. They are very allergic to explaining things in this adaptation. They just kind of show it. It's like the extreme version of show don't tell. They take that very seriously in this adaptation. They don't tell you shit.
Which would further explain the lack of a narrator throughout the entire thing.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah. They probably scoffed at the idea of adding a narrator to this. The pacing is all over the place. I don't think Gon ever really steps up as the primary protagonist. He definitely doesn't. The animation, I think, is far more touch and go than a lot of people will present, relying on the same... Hold on. Nope, thought I had a sneeze. Didn't. Relying on the same bag of tricks that once you notice, you're going to feel a bit less awed by. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Don't get me wrong, I love eye reflections and sunsets, but they aren't an entire aesthetic. And while I have certainly played up my distaste for the infernal Umbra menace that is eating away at the edges of the screen, it certainly isn't aiding my enjoyment of this presentation. Yeah, I get it.
I like the way you worded that.
Yeah, it's really good. And that is accurate, too. It is, like, always in, like, the corners of the screen and, like around the edge, just, like, slowly caving in.
Slowly consuming, yeah.
Yeah. That said, I do think there are some rather big highs, and this is largely what people remember. My critiques exist in an ecosystem of overwhelming praise for 99 in comparison to 2011. People really love 99 and say some pretty crazy things about it. I think it's got these wonderful small moments, but a lot of people seem to have a selective memory. Yeah, there's a lot of selective memory happenings in the anime and manga community.
Yeah, that's not even exclusive to 99. That's for like every anime adaptation ever.
Oh my god, yeah. Everything, period. That's also manga.
Yeah,
people love to have selective memories. One of my great suspicions is I think a lot of the most ardent 99 defenders only watch 99 through short clips or reels with small snippets of animation used to highlight some of these great narrow moments of animation, but ignoring the greater concept of where they fit in the presentation of the story. That said, I've watched this like 10 times. So yeah, that's always a point that comes to mind when I see people hyping up something like this. But I always hesitate to say it out loud because it just feels so like boomer.
Yeah.
But you could be right. There are probably a lot of younger people who see those like hype edit moments, edit clip. What are they just called? Edits on TikTok, like anime edits.
Yeah, I mean, we live in a modern world of where short form content is king, right? So
yeah,
that I think that definitely plays a part, or can play a part rather, in some people's perception and just consuming of an anime nowadays, which is for the worse, I would say. Obviously,
yeah.
But it does exist, and it's something we should be
cognizant
cognizant about.
Yeah, there are definitely people out there who experience entire shows just by watching clips. And this could be a case where, you know, it's a bunch of people that watched 2011, like straight up, they watch the show for real, and then they get on TikTok and they see clips of 99, and the captions are like, man, 99's vibes were fucking crazy, I love this, so good. And it's just cherry-picked scenes, and you're not getting the full scope. So your immediate knee-jerk reaction to seeing this awesome thing in front of your eyes is like, wow, that's better. It's so much better.
Yeah, like
they're out there.
These channels and, you know, accounts or whatever, they'll show like the Uvo Kurapika fight all day, every day, right? But are they going to show the Hisoka Gon fight in its full context? I don't know.
Not in its full context. Yeah, you can show that fight out of context, and it's probably awesome. But if you know the context, it sucks. Yep. It's awful.
Little things like that. Yeah. Changes your whole viewpoint of it.
It's funny how that stuff works. 61. Oh, you're talking about the episodes now. Okay.
Not the biggest 61 fan. Out of nowhere. Like.
No, sorry. I'm reading the comment.
Oh, okay.
Not the biggest fan of the way Crollo's chop looks in this version. Crollo's mouth looks off when he's talking to the Mafia while holding Neon's unconscious body. Oh, okay. I do know what you're talking about. Yes, that was a little weird. But I think it was just exaggerated, like artistically so. But I do see it was a little jarring, that moment. It kind of took me out of it for a second because it was like an entirely different art style. His jaw doesn't move like I'd expect. Interesting panning perspective shot as they enter the hotel. They get pretty creative with camera works in this episode, which in general I have nothing but praise for. But this one doesn't look as good because they make the shots so minimalist to make it possible. Kurapika's running animation looks so bad. The jostle, the frame tick, that surely will look nice. Oh, they jostle the frame tick? I'm actually not sure what that is supposed to mean. Okay, I'm a huge sucker for the Assassin A and Crollo scene. Is that what he's called? Assassin A?
Assassin A.
I believe it. I mean, not only is it a fantastic scene in all versions, but it has fucking indoor fish, baby.
Indoor
Yes,
fish.
sir. Love it.
That impact moment.
Oh, yeah. Cursed. The catching of the dagger he throws and the way he slides out from behind is iconic. It sure is. The glow they give it here really helps with the ethereal nature inherent to its identity and the pale white contrast with the 99 darkness to make a truly vivid image. Yeah, it really works. And while I'm not a fan of the Assassin A being in the piss dimension, 99 does a brilliant job. Yeah, he is in the piss dimension, isn't he?
I'll forgive it. The piss dimension.
Simple but effective care put into the motion of his eye and anguish, and the great vocal performance makes this scene one to remember. Or remember, as you say.
Remember. Yeah, no, that voice actor is definitely getting tortured live in the booth. I believe.
Yeah. Is he alright? Did he get work after this? They might have
Yeah. Someone check on this guy.
Yeah, wellness check. 20 years later. Both versions do some version of censorship here. I think Indoor Fish I think looks better in 2011. That said, white is just really striking, and the single shot of the indoor fish around Crollo is the best the ability has looked in any medium. I just prefer the way... wait, what? I just prefer the way navigate the room in 2011 is better.
So just like the way the fish move around in the room is
okay, right. The way like they navigate, I guess.
Yes.
It feels like an arowana or other large showcase. I think that's a type of fish.
It is a type of fish.
Okay. Is that an Animal Crossing? I feel like I've seen that in Animal Crossing.
Is it? Oh, it is.
Hey,
wow. Yeah, Kaige's fish knowledge comes from Animal Crossing.
Yeah, finally. I've studied fish for years. It finally comes into play. Or other large showcase fish navigating the room rather than a circle in an idle animation. 2011 also harnesses the big window screen for more effective visual appeal. Also, the way they fade in 99 is so much more visceral. Like, they form into flesh and fade out of reality instead. Yeah. Instead of just disintegrating to dust in 2011. Yeah, it was really cool. I like both, but this does fit with the absolutely messed up ability that is Indoor Fish.
Yeah, that ability's pretty fucked up the more you think about it. Like, wow, that's kind of like a crazy thing to have.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's very ethereal, like you mentioned. I missed the Crollo discussion, but I'll say what I wanted to say about Indoor Fish here. Indoor Fish feels like the first truly bespoke ability in Hunter x Hunter. I can agree with that, actually, for sure. Others are very simple abilities that could exist in other series, but this one oozes with the intent of the creator to do one simple thing extremely well and manipulate the magic system to that end. On a conceptual level, it reflects on what kind of depraved individual would consider such an ability. It foreshadows the type of people the troop engage with, and his nonchalance in adopting the tactics of his enemies. Yeah, completely agree. Like, only a psycho would like come up with an ability like that.
Yeah, I want to know who had it originally.
Yeah, we'll never know, I think, unfortunately.
No,
I don't even know if we'll see that ability again, which is kind of a damn shame, but, you know, oh well.
Yeah.
One time, Crollo, please, on the boat.
It could happen. Never know.
It is fully enclosed, if you think about it.
Technically.
I know I said the Uvo fight was the fight the song with blasting horns is for, but this is the real moment it was made for. The troops rampage is great from the initial rocket launcher shot against the car to the slightly early but great scene of Hisoka killing someone with his cards. Though, as usual, I do have some critiques. First, I don't think Franklin's ability has ever looked good in 1999, and this continues with the showcase here, with those really thin light show beams he seems to emit. Yeah, I didn't really talk about it much in our discussion on it, but it did look kind of like not great. Not what it should be for just machine gun fingers, but
Yeah.
he was trying to aura farm in that moment. I wasn't lying about that.
Yeah.
It didn't really work for me, but like I thought, I mean, it looked fine, but it was like a light
Yeah.
show. It just looked weird.
It
I don't
just,
know.
yeah, it was off. Like, that's not what I would want it to look like. Or, okay, I guess not want, but not what I would expect it to look like. So there was a weird mental disconnect with it.
Yeah. I also think 1999 does a worse job of showcasing the character and abilities of the troupe during this process. I could agree with that. I think they kind of go at it at light speed. In this
I
version.
think, yeah, that's exactly as you said. I think it's the pacing of it that kind of throws that off. You don't get to hang on the moments a whole lot. It's just like snap, go, and
Which,
we're done.
in a way, I'm fine with because it kind of adds to like the chaotic nature of the scene
Right.
it's depicting, right? Because like everything is happening like in an instant here, basically, right?
Yeah.
And you definitely feel that with how they showcase it here. But it is a little off-putting in that, like, you know, especially comparing it to 2011, like we have been doing.
Yeah. It's just different, as we've been saying. It's just a matter of perspective. Different. It's a different interpretation of the scene.
Right. For one, it's really dark, so it's very easy to miss details, and the edges are all the domain of the endless abyss. Shizuku gets a blink and you miss it moment, but it would have been nice to see if she was given something more substantial. Finks and Phaeton get moments, but I think the action is presented in a way that doesn't highlight the uniqueness of their fighting style, with them flashing forward and seeing the aftermath instead of just seeing the violence. We don't get a showcase of Shaunark's phone until way later in the episode, even if it is implied, and that feels a bit sad. I mean, I could take that or leave it. It was shown eventually.
Yeah,
so
I think it was fine.
Yeah. Machi strings have been replaced by weird strobing lights that oscillate up and down in a plane in space where the string should be. Even if she does get a distinct moment, that feels apt for her unique fighting style. Though the animation after the puppet starts firing is dope. I mean, yeah, I like the Machi stuff. Like every scene with Machi, to be honest with you. But makes sense. I am like amazed by Caige's camera right now with that climbing the dresser. Right?
you were seeing that too?
Yeah.
He was struggling that time.
Sorry, I got off track there. I was amazed by that.
Sorry.
That said, the minute Curlo opens that window to start wait. That said, the minute Curlo opens that window to start opening the window, the animation does lock in and looks amazing to the gunshots or the flowing drapes. The destruction and explosions just start looking immaculate, and his hand movements are given some of the best animation in the show.
Mm-hmm.
With the glowing moon visual, that looks great. I prefer the 2011 Requiem song, but this is a perfectly good song for it, albeit a bit too heroic sounding. I mean...
again, different interpretation.
Yeah. While I recognize the reason for that choice, it feels like you could represent the dichotomy inherent to the moment a bit better by making it a bit more off. I mean...
Fair.
Sure, I suppose. Yeah. I don't really have a
I'm
strong
fine with
opinion
it,
on
though.
that.
2011 exists.
Nice scene of Lario walking towards danger very nonchalantly. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't talk about that, but he was so, like... He thought he
Yeah.
could, like, save the entire day in that moment.
I love that. That was a great moment for him, for sure.
Just like, well, time to get to work, basically. Like,
Hell
okay,
yeah.
man. Go, guy who hasn't developed his Nen fully yet. Okay.
Yeah, let's go. He continues and says, episode 62, if he can steal abilities, that means he's a specialist. Dialogue like this makes me think Togashi retcons more than we think. The existence of Cold Sept would be a prime example of Togashi going back on an early Nen rule if you think he had a hand in this. The Zoldyck verse, Crollo fights in the Zoldyck... Oh, okay, sorry, like verses.
Yeah.
The Zoldyck versus Crollo fight is really interesting in this version. The initial flurry of action is honestly way more expressive and dynamic than any of the action that exists in the 2011 version, but I have found with others that some found it very disorienting. A part of me also finds distaste that the beam that Zeno fires is so concentrated, but honestly it looks pretty fun and it's hard to be too nitpicky there. Wonderfully fluid intro to the fight. We really don't get that much out of Owl's ability in this version, and I, for one, find it a shame.
My biggest nitpick in this fight, no less Owl representation.
Yeah, for sure. Probably the element of this version of the altercation and of the fight I like the least is most things around the Dragon Head ability. Zeno's Nen comes out a sickly shade of green, which feels wrong for someone so prideful in their decorum and presentation. Okay, yes, the dragon does look way cooler in 2011. I can give you that.
Yeah,
but
okay, yeah, sure.
Fair. I don't even really have a rebuttal. You're right.
Fair. That's the one dub I'll give 2011 in that fight.
Yeah. It also just looks more like a gas than the rigid structure I would prefer. Yeah. While the initial first strikes are good, and the animation of Krollo doing his best Matador impression are good. Yeah, that was so cool. I love that moment where like Fun Cloth is like draping around him. So neat. It was really cool to look at. Are good. The moment they switch to wide shot, the movement of the dragon and Krollo come across as slow and unimpressive. I don't really agree, but sure. I wish they had kept the momentum up. The idea of Silva just standing there feels off, though the minute his aura starts glowing, he is striking and memorable again.
Yeah,
not a fan
the
of
animation when he was like powering up almost. I don't know if we talked about it much in our discussion there, but that shit hit. That was good. That was some good stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool. Not a fan of how the strike that lands Krollo against the way isn't showcased from the perspective of Zeno. This is hard to describe, but we really should see the moment Zeno maneuvers to actually pin him here. We just kind of see the pinning of him to the wall and not what he did to get there, and a shot between the Silva aura moment and the strike would have made it flow better. Others will certainly mention it, but yes, that is the phone call from Ilumi audible before the blast explaining why Silva didn't actually land a hit on Krollo. Yep, great touch.
It was a very nice touch.
Yep. Nice outfit, Ilumi and Kalato. You look very distinct today. Don't have much to say for the Kurapika is drowning in an indescribable emptiness scene. It speaks for itself. Yep, it really does.
No words need to be spoken. Yeah, that's what I love about it the most.
Shit's awesome, and I think single-handedly elevates people's opinions of 99 as a Hunter x Hunter adaptation. League's better than the equivalent. Oh, God. I
was just gonna say that is definitely a scene that like clip farmers like on YouTube and TikTok will just like spam post. Yeah, guaranteed.
Oh yeah. Yep. League's better than the equivalent scene in 2011 and comparable to the manga. I like the detail we get with Kurapika's eyes in his post-Phantom Troop Death Vibe session. His contacts are off, so this is the first time in a while we get a view of those baby blues, and they are much more detailed than before. The soft blues of the sky are amazing, and the shift to a blue-green palette for the city and park really highlights the scene as differentiated from the previous bit of the episode. It feels like a watercolor painting. Leorio acted cool, like he did something in this arc before Ice Cream Eyes.
That's what makes it funny to me, though. Like he actually didn't do anything, but
no,
he aura farms like crazy, and I love it.
He sure does, yeah. Weird place to end it, but it's the best they could do. Glad this is the song they picked for the ending montage. Surprised no Hanzo versus Gon in the montage, but a good tease. The series will continue at the end. Totally. Yep.
As much as we memed about it being like a Marvel like post-credit scene, it was a genuinely like a good tease for that, I thought.
Yeah. It's cool. Thank you, as always, insert name, for the comment.
Really appreciate it, yeah. Glad to see there's just mainly positive stuff to say, through and through for these episodes.
I do think you were a little too nitpicky with the Zeno, the Zoldyx versus Krollo, but whatever. I get it.
I've seen him be far more harsh on even less stuff, so I'll take it as a mostly positive thing.
True.
Last comment not last comment actually, second to last, sorry, is from Magitech now. Something I forgot to mention last time, around this time in the manga is when Togashi announced the birth of his first son. Aww.
Wow.
So sweet. Episode 61. And we start right where we left off with Crollo showing his Oscar-worthy acting skills. Meanwhile, Karapika and his boss are making a dash for it, and I must say I'm very pleased with how they handle Light here. You can really feel his anger and desperation in every scene on his still inflamed face. 99 has been really consistent with keeping wound marks. Absolutely. That's definitely something I'll give 99 a lot of credit for, is that attention to detail with the wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Back with Crollo. Welcome, said the spider to the fly.
Yeah.
I've always loved this scene. It's so unsettling. The blood trail, the creepy monologue, the guy tied to a chair with multiple pens stabbed on his body. Tagashi has always been a master of the macabre. Is that how you say that? Macabre. I'm a fool. I'm sorry, guys. Don't kill me. Another small change in all three versions. In the manga, the throwing knife stabs the corpse. Here, Crollo catches it with his supernaturally swift hands, and in 2011, this part of the scene was omitted. Very odd, all around, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
We cut to the rest of the spiders getting their orders, and I guess it's debatable, but for me, here is when the Requiem begins. I will hand it to 2011. They did a fantastic job with it, and the use of Lagrimosa was great to give it this dark, artistic tone to the whole thing. While 99 goes for a more chaotic take with his portraying of destruction, making it look more and more like a war zone. Yeah, it's just two different approaches to this Requiem, which is...
Mm-hmm.
It's one more reason, when you really think about it, to give 99 his credit for at least trying to stand on its own 2 feet, in comparison even to the manga adaptation, right? I don't know. There is... It's just neat to me. It's just neat.
Yeah.
Highlights for me are the helicopters being shot down, Shizuku magically appearing behind that guy with Binky in hand, like a horror movie. That small moment with Machi in the animation that did a fantastic job showing her pulling hard on invisible wires. And finally, Gon and Killua being able to see the explosions from miles away. Yeah. Love the inclusions here. From Melody, Basho trying to get to the building among all the chaos, and Leorio just being on a cafe at a relatively safe distance. All the pieces are moving and interesting. The Requiem is so all-encompassing, we tend to forget the rest of the city is still moving.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I really did like about this version of the scene. We get to see the rest of the city still moving. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Back at the building, Karapika finally answers his phone and gets confronted by his friends, and an orange man controlled by Shalnark. Gotta love how there's an LCD game, and in 2011 looks like he's playing Doom.
Hell yeah.
Meanwhile, the Zoldycks, if I had a nickel for every time I've made a weirdly sexual typo about them, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Was it twice? I don't remember the other time.
I don't remember either, but I believe it.
I do remember the breeding of the Zoldycks, though. I will never forget
that.
It was only last week, but I don't think I'll ever forget that one.
The breeding of the Zoldycks. Anyways, the Zoldycks are on the trail of Crollo, and I must say, what the hell is it with Crollo and pens? He's literally dispatched the whole killer squad, minus Karapika, with them. Was this always the plan? How is he carrying that many pens anyways?
Yeah, that's why I was really thrown off. I was like, are they knives or what? I forgot about the whole pen thing. It's really odd. Why is his thing pens in this part of the story?
Especially when that one body had a dozen pens.
Yeah.
Pens in him. How did you get so many pens in the first place? Did you carry all of them with you?
Hey, thought. Could it be tied to one of his abilities?
A pen creating ability. Interesting.
Well, maybe it's you need pens to do something. It's like a condition. I don't know. It's just a thought because it could make sense.
I'd like to meet the individual in which Crollo probably killed to get that ability. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Well, you can't
I wonder what they were like. Well, I mean, I guess they can't be killed, but yeah, I want to know who has that ability if that's the case.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Why'd you choose that of all things? Anyways, the final episode is upon us as Kaige takes it away.
Episode 62. It's funny. 2011 left this fight for the end of the episode, and here it's right at the start. Yeah, same with the Requiem, actually.
Yeah.
And I can hear the darkness complaints from here in the past, though it looks like the spider's destruction ended up taking out the power of the whole city block. Well, the pens may be mightier than the sword, but but not mightier than the Ben's knife trademark. Yeah, the Ben's knife. I forgot.
Ben's knife.
It's just one of those Togashi things. Like, you don't need to call it that, but there you go. It's a Ben's knife, I guess.
It is a
Crucial.
Ben's knife.
Nitpicks and jokes aside, here we have one of the greatest fights of the series. 2011 is an absolute masterpiece with people
Analyzing
it frame by frame. It's fast-paced and snappy animation really shining in there. But 99 does not get behind with its smooth animation and at times mesmerizing moves. Things are slower, but every movement feels deliberate. Yes. Well said. I love how Silva powering up is the one instance where Chrollo gets distance enough to get caught. And it's here, in this moment, with Silva about to attack, that we get something we do not in any other iteration of this fight. We do not get in any other iteration. A polyphonic sound. Indication that Illumi fulfilled his contract alongside Kaluto and the only appearance of the great-grandfather of the Zoldyck clan, Maha Zoldyck.
The goat.
Yes, sir. The goat. Zeno's interaction with Chrollo here is one that lives rent-free in my memory, him tempting them with the idea that they won't get a better chance to kill him than now. Yeah, that's so cool. You think we do this for fun? This is strictly business, and I, for one, refuse to kill or die for nothing. I know he technically says work, not kill, but he's the head of an assassin family. I feel the term is very interchangeable here. Yeah.
I mean, killing is their work, so, yeah, definitely interchangeable.
Plus, I feel this fits with how he feels later after he almost killed Komugi. Hey?
Yeah, actually, good point.
That's good point. I've always thought that Chrollo did manage to steal one of the Silva's ability way back then. That's the weird balance they have, each taking something for the other. Neon gets out, the spiders get in, and the auction goes on. Always been a fan of how they take the last guy here, particularly here with Machi snapping of the string to snap that guy's neck. Yeah, so cool.
It looked so cool. Loved it.
Yep. As Kurapika gets the news that the spider is dead and Zenji comes to rub the salt in the wound, and hot damn, that has to be the strongest punch of any version. Kurapika straight up sent him flying. Yeah, so cool. I love
just
that.
with a backhand, by the way.
Yeah, just a backhand.
It wasn't even like a closed fist punch.
He's not an enhancer. So that was just raw strength, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow.
Somehow sending like a probably 200 plus pound man just flying into the wall.
Afterwards, Kurapika finds Chrollo's corpse and his face sunken with red eyes just burning through those contact lenses. His face only gets worse when getting to the auction to see the scarlet eyes. I love how Pakunoda is just there, center stage, and is never pointed out or anything. Yeah, I know. They're doing all this effort to hide behind the scenes, but they just send Pakunoda out there straight up. Also, a small change that causes some confusion way back then. 99 added Chrollo's spider tattoo on his right arm. Yes, I wanted to talk about that. I forgot. Yeah, on his corpse you can see the tattoo.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's really weird. Yeah, I noticed that right away. Yeah, but it's a fake corpse. So I mean, you know.
Okay. Yeah. I mean.
But yeah, it's on his right arm.
That's interesting.
Really interesting. Yeah. The animation does a great. I think they probably did that to make it like clear to not the audience, but like the people. Like it gives like a plausible explanation to how they know he's like the head of the spider.
Yeah.
Having the tattoo visible. That's probably why they did that. The animation does a great work showing how Kurapika is barely holding it together when making the phone call, and weirdly enough, we don't really see Zenji's face in the manga when he starts pushing, even though his defiant smile is almost emblematic of the auction. Back with the No Straws, we get to see Light expressing his, how did Biscuit put it? Twisted, self-serving love for Neon. Yep.
Definitely a good way to put it there, I'd say.
Yes.
Moving on with the rest of the comment. And it's here, around this point, when I think it begins, another one of the unequivocal, undisputed, and undebated 99 did it better. Kurapika Death Stare.
Yep.
Yeah. It's probably the most well-known and most compared scene from 99 and 2011, and rightfully so. This should be shown in film classes, how two scenes can be so similar and yet so utterly different.
You're so right, honestly. I think this would actually be a really valuable thing to show to film students.
Yeah,
because it's literally the same scene, but yeah, it's just so different
in like a lot of different ways too. Like it's impressive, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, perfection here in this adaptation to me, anyways. I'm sure Insert Name will dissect the scene for all it's worth. Well, he said no notes didn't. As well. Yeah. So I'll limit myself to just the eyes. It can be once again that noir effect going on, but maybe not. Maybe this is just how the mythical Scarlet Eyes work. A red that does not exist in the natural world, whose hue shines regardless of its environment, enchanting and horrifying all at once. I mean, yeah, just the way they presented the Scarlet Eyes. Like, that was, like, ethereal, right? Like, it was, like, literally out of this world almost. It was popping out of the screen so much.
So cool.
The quietness of the whole section, the silent delivery of the eyes, the shots, the camera angles, all sublimely composed to deliver the magnitude of the emotions at display. Yeah. Sorry, indescribable emptiness. There, now it's better.
Facts.
But the scene does not end there. It continues to the next day with the oh-so-awaited reunion. Finally, the sun shines on his face and Kurapika smiles for the first time in a long while, and with the extra inclusion of Leorio, thanks 99, the group is finally together once more. And with the opening playing through memories of the past and delivering the promises of OVAs in the future, I leave you with one final reflection on these episodes. How much do you think 99 affected how York New ended up? That's an interesting question, actually. Because by now in the manga, Togashi had already announced that 99 had wrapped up, meaning that the production was really stepping on the heels of the manga by now. Do you think Togashi made up this climax so that 99 would have this closing point? I think so. That's an interesting perspective to have on that.
So, I am a believer of... There's that exact same theory with 2011, how, he gave us the Jing conversation and all that, so 2011 could have an ending. And just knowing how Togashi feels about himself and how, like, self-defeating he is about the fact that he takes all these breaks and it's taking him forever to tell this story. Yeah, honestly, I think so. I think he wanted to give the animators an out because he knows he's frustrated by himself for not giving them enough material to work with. I really do think, he made the conscious decision here to give them something to work with as an ending.
Especially with the context of how 2011's production ended and how, like, that chapter very much feels like a Togashi, like, okay, here's a proper ending to end it off. Sorry, guys. Like, and that one's very obvious because that was before, like, a very long hiatus, right? I think it's very believable that Togashi made this specifically so 99 could have some kind of an ending point to it. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I believe it.
After all, there's no doubt in my mind that 2011 had no small part on him making entire silent chapters that feels almost designed to be made into a montage to close up a show, don't you think? Yeah, basically what we said here. So, I'm a believer in that. I think that makes a lot of sense to me. But yeah, thank you so much for the comment, Match Tech. Really do appreciate it as per usual.
Yes, thank you. And lastly, we have Fillard Millmore. The last scene is a nice place to end, even if the arc is very clearly unfinished. It had to end somewhere. Frankly, I don't remember perfectly to what point they got. Haven't had time to watch. Just that the park scene is last. All my memories of the final portion are mixed in with the manga. Unless useless aside, but I've seen multiple edits of that park dub scene on random Instagram posts. What the hell? That have otherwise nothing to do with Hunter x Hunter, with lots of wah 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 sound effects. Probably because Kurapika and Leorio's reunion is strangely sincere. Now I can't watch that scene without imagining it interrupted every few seconds by a sound effect. What in the world?
I can't imagine trying to watch that scene and having only like brain rot sound effects playing in your head as it's happening.
Yeah, that's terrible. Given where it ended, it's interesting to think of where the 99 team wanted to take the arc with this filler ending. Certainly, I'm glad they didn't execute the idea, though. I guess with 2011 existing, there'd technically be no harm Full Metal Alchemist / Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood situation. Yeah,
I really want to see the timeline in which that ending happened for sure.
I do too. I really, really do. I would kill to see it.
Yeah, like, my god, I wish I could be like an alternate timeline traveler, just for like a day, just to see that.
Yeah, I know. Final thoughts on 99 is that I love it overall, and I'm very glad it exists. However, I believe it's the inferior version for more reasons than just being unfinished. And I think a lot of people who sing its praises talk about the aesthetic as if that's all there is to talk about. I think there's a bit of disservice since it's a bit superficial and also means that 99 doesn't have its other virtues discussed nearly as much. The obvious thing is that York New had a great adaptation and Heaven's Arena didn't. And that represents the comparative prioritization of these arcs' leads. Yeah.
Yeah.
My biggest issue with 99 are based on hindsight, 2011 having the advantage of knowing what they were setting up for. I can't blame
Bingo.
99 for that. Yeah, exactly. We've talked about that before. But it becomes a significant thing for me since all of my favorite arcs are in the latter half of the series. If someone's favorite arc is York New, though, I can see how someone would prefer 99. It's really up to whatever the viewer cares about.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I think because like you said too, like that we don't talk about it enough. I think that like 90, like a lot of the faults of 99 aren't even necessarily like it's. Well, I mean, like it's its fault in that it's like the creative direction they wanted to go in, but they definitely didn't have as much of an advantage as something like 2011 did, in like knowing what they were setting the stages for. Right? They had a very limited amount of chapters to work with in comparison to 2011. Right? So it makes sense why they kind of shifted their entire focus onto York New as a whole. For example, right? Because like that's kind of like all they really could build up to at that point in time, right? So it's just interesting stuff to think about, I think. I don't know. Food for thought is kind of what I'm getting at here. I think you bring up good points.
Yeah, 100%. Totally agree.
Yeah, so thank you for the comment, Phil Milmore, and that does it for community comments this week. Hope you guys stick around for the OVAs as well as we dive into those in the coming weeks. Sure, it'll be a lot of fun there as well. So, usual reminder once again, if you want to get in on the fun discussing these kind of topics week to week, make sure you keep an eye out for the YouTube community posts as well as the call-out posts on Twitter and Bluesky. And, of course, you could always email us at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com.
That's right. And with that, this has been the Hunter Association. Thank you so much for listening. We are available on all major podcasting platforms as well as YouTube for the video version. Be sure to follow, rate, review, and comment on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also follow us on Twitter at TXHXAPod as well as Bluesky at THAPod for updates on the show and as an alternative way to submit responses to the weekly call-out posts. As always, we'll be here the same time every week talking about Hunter x Hunter. Dylan, where can people find you online?
You can find me online at DJ Tengen. That's DJTENGEN on Twitter and Bluesky. Go follow me if you're interested in what I'm up to.
And you can find me on Bluesky and YouTube at Manga Kaige. Manga Kaige awards are coming. You can submit your nominations if you'd like. Check it out.
Unfortunately, Hunter x Hunter not eligible for anything this year, really.
No.
But
well,
there might be a couple chapters towards the end of the last batch.
I think,
actually.
Yeah. I think there were some chapters this year, right?
I'll have to go back and look. I'm actually not sure.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's been a bit now. My memory's foggy.
Yeah, me
I'll
too.
double check after this.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, go vote for that. It'll be a good time, guys.
Yes. All right. As for the show, next week would normally be a character retrospective. We had something scheduled, kind of fell through. So, but kind of a happy accident because we did just finish the TV run. So, instead of a character retrospective this month, we are going to talk about the scrapped ending of 99. This is we have the entire storyboard that I leaked or was released by staff. I don't know. I'll get the full story by next week, but we got the full storyboard available for an episode that was supposed to be the finale of the TV run of 99. So this would have been the episode we just watched, actually.
kind of crazy
So-
to think about. Like, we could have had a completely different episode in another timeline, like we were mentioning earlier.
It is fascinating, and there will be much to discuss. If you have not read it yourself or looked through it, go ahead and do so. And obviously, we'll have the community post out, and you can talk to us about it. And yeah, it'll be neat.
It'll be a pretty interesting discussion, I'd say. Might be on the shorter end in terms of podcast episode links on the channel, but definitely get your thoughts together for when that community post goes up, and I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about in that episode. It'll be a good time.
Yes, absolutely. All right, guys. Thanks for listening and watching, and we will see you guys next week. Take it easy.
Take care, everybody.